What's going on, guys? So today is a video that I've been looking forward to doing for a while, and it's the 1-year review of the car. And I'm filming currently from Beach Ford, where I bought my car, so I'm going to cut to some footage that looks like they have a Roush Stage 3 Mustang sitting out there and a few other Mustangs. So while I'm talking, I'll be showing footage of some of the cars that are out here, just so you guys don't have to stare at my face the whole time. This is a video I've been looking forward to doing for a while, and I will talk about some of the aspects of the car in terms of owning it for 1 year, some of the things I like and don't like. But what I'll do is go ahead and link to my 6-month review video, because my feelings really haven't changed in terms of the stock performance of the car and things like that. So you'll probably, if you haven't already, want to take a look at the 6-month review video to get some more insight into my thoughts on the performance of the car. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot about that, just so you have a heads up. Now, the other aspect of this, in terms of ownership of the car, my experience is a little bit different than most people. Now, the reason I say that my experience with owning this car is a little bit different is primarily because of my YouTube channel. I started it about 2 months after buying the car. And I really started it just to kind of share some of the modifications I was doing. I never really expected the channel to get more than 100 subs, to be honest with you. I wasn't looking for monetizing it to make money off of it. I just kind of wanted to share ideas with other Mustang owners. And, you know, to my surprise, it took off pretty quickly. I'm currently over 3,000 subscribers, and it's constantly growing. Hopefully it continues to do so. But, you know, the big thing for me was the fact that I was able to start going to a lot of different car events. I went to Mustang Week, which was my second time going. I went to the American Muscle Car Show. Prior to owning this car, I had never even been to a Cars and Coffees, and I've been to, you know, countless Cars and Coffees now, different events. But the big thing is just being able to meet new people. A lot of people that are subscribed to my channel, I've actually had the opportunity to meet in person and become close friends with quite a few of them, actually. That makes a big difference, you know, in terms of owning, because you get that, you get input from other people. You get assistance with installing parts. You can help out other people. I mean, through my channel, I've obviously done several giveaways where I was giving away American Muscle gift cards. You know, we had the supportive Anchor Room giving away some products. So things like that make a big difference in terms of my experience with the car. It's not just about driving the car for me. It's more about the interaction with other people, getting to meet new friends, getting to go to different events. I mean, having cruises, things like that. You know, it all ties together. The Mustang community, in my opinion, is probably the best car community out there. And, you know, part of that is because the Mustang is the most modified car in the world. There's countless things that you can do to it. And when you have a car that's been in production for over 50 years now, you know, there's a lot of people who love this car. And, you know, if you see another Mustang owner, it's happened to me, and probably anyone who's owned a Mustang has had another Mustang owner just come up and start a conversation with them. And it's all focused around the car. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. It doesn't matter what race, what income bracket you're in. None of that matters. It's all about the car. And that's huge for me. So I just want to give a special thanks to all of you guys who've been supporting my channel. The people I've met in person, all the friends, all the vendors out there who supported me. I just want to give a special shout out and say thanks, because that's really been a huge part of the experience of owning this car for me. All right, now in terms of the car, let's talk about some of the pros and the cons. The interior of the car, I love it. I actually made some modifications. I got the shifter shaft conversion kit up here. I went with the carbon fiber dash overlay kit. So I actually like the interior of the car even more than I did previously now, just because of those kind of visual modifications I've made. Now, let's get into things that have changed, so I'm not regurgitating a bunch of things from the 6-month review video. At the time of that video, I didn't have the Lund tune on, so I do have that on now, and it's made a huge difference in the way the car performs. I mean, it's to the point where I need to get different tires on here. Because if I accelerate too hard, I am spinning tires, which is something that wasn't happening previously. I absolutely love the tune though, and I'm probably going to end up going with Continental tires, and I guess that's one thing that I hadn't talked about in previous videos, and that's the Pirellis that come on the Mustang stock. A lot of people hate them. You know what I mean? Me personally, I didn't have them on long enough to really form a valid opinion about them. I pretty much ordered new wheels and tires as soon as I bought my car, so there's not much I can say about the performance of the Pirellis. I'll just have to take people's word for it when they say that they don't like them. Some people may like them, I don't know. So you guys can weigh in the comments and let me know if you think they're any good or not. But for me, I'm going to be switching probably to the Continental Extreme Contacts. This is a tire that I had on past vehicles, and they handle great in all weather conditions. Snow, rain, summer, you know, you name it, they perform well. So I will be doing a video on that once I get those. I'm thinking about going with a wider tire in the rear this time. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. But in terms of performance modifications, I haven't really done anything besides changing the tune up. I do want to do headers, and I do plan on switching my exhaust out, but I'll probably wait until maybe around early next year, maybe springtime, before I do all of that. I like the forward racing exhaust, especially with the X-Pipe. Now, one thing I will say about the car is that it's still fun to drive. And my love for driving is why I have close to 13,500 miles on the car currently. You know, I did take, like I said, a few trips to Mustang Week. I went to North Carolina a few times. Went to the American Muscle Car Show in Pennsylvania. So I've had it on the road quite a bit. And it's just a car that wants to go, especially with this tune on it. It's just like it wants to be driven. So one thing that I'm kind of holding off on considering a con right now is the Sync 3 update. It was supposed to happen during the summer. Some of you guys may have seen my video on the Apple CarPlay update. Where is it? And yeah, I'm holding off because I'm waiting to see what it's going to entail. When I first bought the car, they made it sound like it was just going to be an over-the-air update. You didn't have to pay for anything, and you would just be able to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But now it's looking like we're going to have to buy some hardware. It's not clear on exactly what. And it was also supposed to come out during the summertime, and the latest I've heard now is it's going to be sometime by the end of the year. We're pretty much halfway through November right now, so I don't know what end of year means, but they're running out of time, so I'm hoping that comes so that I can have navigation on my screen. And that was something that I discussed in the previous video, so just kind of an update on that. So I don't want to call it a con yet until we figure out what's actually happening with it. But if you're buying a 2017 Mustang, you're not going to have the issue because the Sync 3 systems do come equipped, ready to go for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I really have no complaints about the car. Just to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of cons other than the things I addressed in the 6-month review video, which were things like, no sunroof and different small things like that. So one of the main questions I think you should ask yourself if you're buying a Mustang is, do you plan on modifying it? Do you plan on putting a tune on it? Do you plan on changing the exhaust out? I think with the S550, that you can get away without making modifications to it. If you just want to buy the car and drive it stock as is, I think it's a great car. It handles exceptionally well. I think if you're going to modify the car, that the best modifications to do, especially if you just want to do slight modifications, remove the resonator, put an X-pipe or H-pipe up there, give it a little more growl. That's one thing that I would say is something that you should do. If you want it to sound more like a muscle car. In terms of gas mileage and things like that, I'm probably getting about 12, 13 miles per gallon, but it's due to the way that I drive and the tune that's up there as well. But, if you're getting a 5.0 Mustang, I don't think you're all that concerned about gas mileage. If you are, then you should probably be looking at the EcoBoost. So I guess the summary of the video would just be, if you're looking at the Mustang, I suggest you go drive it. I have no complaints. Most owners of the S550 Mustangs that I know don't really have any major complaints. They love their cars. But, there's other options out there. So if you're in the market, I would say definitely put test driving an S550 Mustang toward the top of your list before you make a final decision. You may choose to go with something else, but I think it's definitely worth giving it a shot, driving it, see what you think. So that's really it for me, guys. Thank you for your continued support. I have more videos coming, more mods. Looking forward to another year with the channel and seeing it grow even further than where it's at right now. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. See you next time.